Hi, this is Yogi Cameron, and today I want to speak to you about simple ways to stop stress and feel anxiety free. Very simply said, but not easy to do. I know what you're thinking. It's not easy. Now, if you live in the city, you have stress around you. That's just a given, right? Even if you're not stressed, you're living in stress, so it's going to rub off on you. And this way, what are you going to do about it? You could take a few measures here. Now, not overwhelming yourself with non-essentials. I like to call these non-essentials because the essentials in life are very few. And we don't tend to focus on them because we think they're just there. Food is there, air is there, water is there, they're just there. But if you get down to it and you see what are my essentials in life, you'll see that they're not as many as you think. Then what are all the other things around that doing? They're just taking up space and they're taking up your energy. So I like to start to move those things away and pick at them once in a while when I need them. That way I'm not getting involved with too many things and life is staying simple. You know, there's a lot of talk today about keeping life simple. But then what are we doing to keep life simple? We're not living a simple life. We keep making it more complicated by adding more and more, thinking that's going to make our life simple. But it's not, right? So if your office needs 3 people and you take on 6, there's going to be a complication. It's not going to make anything simpler because there's a right amount of people to do the right amount of job that is a balance rather than too many people doing the job. Like they say, too many cooks in the kitchen, right? So that's the first thing. And I find the other thing that we oversee here is electronics. Electronics, in all shape or form, give off radiation, give off radio frequencies, and they just disturb us. You know, you've been sitting in front of your computer and you've been in artificial light, you've been in the office and there's air conditioning or whatever it is. All that artificial stuff just wears down on us. The reason is it doesn't give us any energy. It doesn't share any energy. It just takes. It just keeps sucking energy, right? And that's why we feel more and more tired. So suggestions here are keep your phone away from your bed so you don't grab it in the morning and look at that little screen. And that takes up a lot of energy. And then turn off your Wi-Fi and the other things so your phone is not getting all those frequencies. And then the usage of them, bare minimum. The amount of people who speak on phones all the day and get that radiation straight in the ear, that's doing brain damage. That's getting a lot of brain power, going in the toilet, so to speak. So how do you conserve yourself and conserve your energy is by keeping all of those things away and using them when they have a place in your life. That means they're not always on your body. They're not always picking up that satellite ray and, keeping it and bringing it through this body. So that, I think, is something people overlook, and it's a great stressor of our body and our minds. And then resting too from speaking. This is a big thing. As I'm speaking right now and kind of continuously speaking, I can feel, the air element is getting a little imbalanced, mouth is getting dry. And the mind starts to go a little bit, because the air element in the body moves the mind too much. So talking and thinking need to be in balance. How do you stop yourself thinking too much? It's an art. You're always going to be thinking, so you could stop talking. No, that's not a problem. But thinking, there's an art to it. The more you take on, the more you're going to think. This is why simplicity, and I said the non-essentials go away. Because when you're very focused on the essentials, you're not thinking too much. Or you're thinking about those few essential things. That's very specific thinking. Instead of picking up everything from the internet, the TV, everything and everybody, and then thinking about it. So not getting involved with everything, that starts to calm down the thoughts. So I don't have that many thoughts because I'm more specific in what I'm thinking about rather than having 20, 30 different thoughts about 20, 30 different things I got to do. It's very specific. I got to do a couple of things. I don't need to think about them all the time. But when I do, I need to be specifically thinking rather than thinking in a general way. That general way of thinking brings on a lot of fatigue, stress, And it brings on anxiety because you're picking up a lot of thoughts from everywhere else too. So think about that. Not overwhelming yourself with non-essentials, not using electronics too much and keeping them on your body a lot, and then resting from too much talk, and that will rest you from too much thinking as well. Anyway, think about that and please use it. These things are useful when you put them in your life. Namaste.